Hey gang, welcome back to the channel. So I'm still out here at camp, beautiful little lake spot here, and I want to take this opportunity to show you folks this new light, this SOFIRN HS42. That guy right there. And it is a right angle light, as you can see. Perfect for camping. Got a magnetic tail cap, IP66, a user replaceable battery, and this one actually comes shipped with a 3000 milliamp 18650 battery. But you can, of course, choose your own battery. It's not proprietary or anything. And this little guy right here gets up to around 2100 lumens. It's got 4 different lighting modes: red light, spotlight, floodlight, strobe light. Tons of options on this light. Now, I'm not going to go into an autopsy of this light. Other channels do that. I want to show you folks what this light looks like out in the real world, how you can use it, and the amount of light that it puts out at night. So let me pull you in just a little bit closer, show you all the modes, and then get you some night shots of this thing here around camp tonight so you can kind of get a better idea of what it looks like at night. So a little bit closer view of this HS42. Really nice machining. It's all anodized aluminum. Feels really nice. I've never had any problems with any SOFIRN lights. They've been pretty nice in the past. So let's take a closer look. You can see here you got your one main LED. That's going to be your spotlight. Then you've got 3 smaller white LEDs up here up top. And then right below those you have your 2 red LEDs. Now, to get this thing started, you got your top push button cap. It does have a battery gauge, so you got your red and your green, and it's gonna mean different things. I'll put what the battery gauge means up here on the screen. But this is gonna be your main LED spotlight. It's got 4 different modes. This is the lowest mode, so you can press and hold this top button, and you're gonna cycle through 1 lumen, 100 lumens, 400 lumens, 1000 lumens, and then if you double click, that's gonna give you your 2000 lumens. Click it once, and it cuts off. This thing does have memory, and I'll show that to you, but we're gonna click it one more time again, and then to get to the flood, you triple click the top. So 1, 2, 3, and it switches to this kind of more warm white up top, and this is kind of around the same. You got your 10 lumens, and if you press and hold, you're gonna go to 30 lumens, 150 lumens, 450 lumens, and then 1000 lumens is the brightest that you can get on these 3 floodlights. Triple click one more time, and then you're going to have your flood and your spotlight. This is what's going to give you the 2100 max lumens, and it's the same function as the other to cycle through all the modes. So press and hold this top button, and you can cycle through all of the different brightness settings, and then double click, and it's going to go straight to your 2100 lumens. Now the red light, we'll triple click again. This is what I like the most, honestly. I use red lights the most, especially at night up in my tent when I don't want to blind myself. So it's got 2 nice red LEDs, and this is going to go from 1 lumen, 2 lumen, 15 lumen, 35 lumen, and then 65 lumen for all of your red brightness settings. So having that 1 lumen is really nice in a really dark tent. It's not overpowering. But if you really need to kick it up a notch, double click it, and that's going to give you 65 lumens of red light. Overall, really neat. And I like keeping this light on red. So when I go to cut the light off and I go to pick it up at night, I just single click it and it goes back to my red. I don't have to cycle through all the modes to get to the red light because, again, I use this the most up in my tent at night. And I like that it has memory and it goes directly to the red light when I want it. But just a really nice little light. You can see there, if I get that in focus, it does have a little magnet icon here. So this tail cap is magnetic. This light will affix to anything metal. If you want to hang it upside down, hang it on its side, it will stand up. Obviously, I can't do it on my hand, but it will stand up on it. Well, there you go. It'll stand up on my hand. And it comes with a head strap, and it just simply pops in to the head strap right here. And you can rotate it as you please. And it's actually a fairly comfortable head strap, but like this headlamp and my Olight parents, the big parents, I just honestly think they're a little bit too big to wear on your head. They tend to kind of give me a headache, and they tend to kind of fall down. So I don't really like using these lights as a headlamp, which leads me to the only con that I can see about this light is it does not come with a belt clip. I was a little bit surprised. I kept thinking maybe I missed it in the box. I kept looking, and there is no belt clip for this light. So it just comes with the light and the head strap, and of course the charging cable. But I really wish that this would have come with a belt clip because I clip these on to my pockets inside my tent. Well, that's the sound of nature for you folks. But I like clipping these onto my tent, and then I can just wake up in the night, turn that red light on, and it lights up my whole tent red. But again, I do like the light. I like SOFIRN lights. I haven't had any issues with the 3 or 4 that they have sent me to review. I still use them on my camping trips, and I haven't had any issues with them. And I really do like these right angle lights. I honestly am starting to like them more than your typical flashlights that you hold like this. I just think it's easy holding it like this. I don't know, it might be a personal preference, but I do like these right angle lights. But that's basically the light. That's the modes. It's got a lot of different features on it, but the main thing that you folks probably want to see is this thing at night. So I'm going to switch over once it gets dark and show you folks the amount of light that this thing puts out around camp, and maybe that'll help you decide if this is something that you want to look into or not. Now these are very, I'm going to go ahead and call them budget friendly. They're not as expensive as O-lights. I can't remember the exact price off the top of my head, but I'll put the price of this light down on the bottom right here. But for these lights, you know, they're not super crazy expensive, and I feel like you get quite a bit for your money. But anyway, I'm going to quit rambling. Let's see what this thing looks like at night. Lowest red here. Probably going to be a little bit hard to make out on camera, but we'll climb up the ladder here. So this is the brightest of the red. Honestly, more than enough for walking around camp. Okay, this is just going to be your spot, your single LED spotlight. And that is plenty bright. This is going to be your 2000 lumens. This is going to be your main flood. 2000 lumens again. This is going to be your spot and your flood. This is going to be your 2100 lumens. And back to red. Let me get a glimpse maybe of this tree line up here. Your 2000 lumen spot. $2,000 lumen flood. Spot and flood now. And back to the red, of course. So as you can see, guys, it's plenty bright. It's more than bright enough for anything around camp. And we'll go back to the spot here while I'm talking. Well, let's go back to the flood and kind of go down a little bit. So there you go, gang. I'm going to wrap it up here, but overall, that's bright. Just a really cool light, and provides plenty of brightness, especially for me out here this morning here at camp. So anyway, gang, I'll leave a link for this light down in the box below, so check it out if you're interested. But otherwise, until next time, see you guys soon.